Christmas. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. Some people have different denominations of a religious or consumerist-centrist holiday, and there are pieces of media centered around that, like The Grinch, or what the fuck else did I reenact that last time? Santa Claus 2. That's what I did. So last year I reenacted the Santa Claus 2, and this year I'm doing a creature feature featuring the creature, aka Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. I am from New York, from like the western part, still New York. Juan and Randy are from New York City. I don't know if you knew that. That's a big part of their personality and their personal brands, but that's neither here nor there. Today I'm going to reenact Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, featuring Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Moira Rose, and Donald J. Trump. It's going to be a rough one. We start off just like any other Home Alone movie. We are in the McCulkin house. Macaulay is just being a little brat, a little bit of a nuisance, and he's being super rambunctious. And they're going to go somewhere for a holiday. I don't remember where they're going to for a holiday. I legit do not remember, but that's neither here nor there. So they go, and they get to the airport, and there's a long line. There's a bunch of the, what is his family's last name? I don't remember. I'm just gonna keep calling them the McCulkins. So the McCulkins are in the airport, and somewhere within the mix, Macaulay gets lost in the airport, and then he ends up boarding by himself. I don't know if this was a thing that happened in the 80s, or if this was a pre-9/11 thing, or whatever. But he gets lost in the airport to the point where he boards a plane by himself with his ticket, without parental guardian. And I am not sure how this works, but he gets in the airplane and he goes and he takes off. And he realizes, oh shit, I'm in the wrong plane. But he doesn't realize that because he sees people that look like his parents, which is enough to know that you are correct in the head and that you have facial recognition. Even if it's the back of your family's head. If it looks like your family, it is your family. Always take this platitude in life. It'll get you very far. He lands in New York. He looks outside, and he sees, oh, the Empire State Building. And then a smash cut title card, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. Then the mom realizes Kevin McAllister. That's his name. That's his name. His name's Kevin McAllister. Replaced the last 5 minutes I've talked about the McCulkins, replaced it with McAllister. But he goes and he's walking around and he's looking around. He goes to Fau Schwartz. He goes to I think the World Trade Center was built at this point. He goes to a bunch of different places. And then eventually smash cut back to his family, and they realize he's not with them. And the mom goes, Kevin! And passes out. Concussion. Cerebral hemorrhage. She's dead. Not really. I lied to you. This is something called gaslighting. Anyway, we continue on, and Kevin is exploring New York. He's looking around. He's going to a toy stores, and he's looking at the big tree, and I think it's Madison Square Garden. Don't quote me on that. I don't know New York City. Never been. Don't look at the photo evidence of me being in New York City. I've never been. He's looking around. He's like, he goes to he goes to Central Park, and he looks around, and that's when you see them, the sticky fingy bandits. They're here. Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. He's not dead. He has been reincarnated into a common cat burglar. He is here now, and they scare him. Boo. And they chase him through New York. And he goes and he runs around, and they chase him, and he wards them off. They don't get him. And he walks around New York City a little more, and he goes to a hotel. Not the Grand Budapest Hotel. That's a movie. This is a movie. And he sees Tim Curry, pre-It television show, and also pre-Red Alert. Space! And he goes, and he's confused. He's confused with the Loud Hotel. So then he meets former real estate agent and current felon Donald J. Trump. Kevin finds his room. He's vibing. He's basically pulling a Kai Cenat. He is having his room full of snacks, full of treats, full of media, full of anything he can get his grubby little fingies on. And then he sees this gangster movie. And then the people realize that his cards are in his father's name and not his name. Which then I think that pings his father and his folks back to the fact that he's actually in New York City and he's not just trapped at home. So then they try and get on a plane to New York City. They're in Florida. That's where they are. Jesus Christ, it's all coming back to me. They're in Florida. They try and find a motel. That doesn't work. Or it does work and they're in a shitty, like, one-floor motel. They find a payphone. They figure out where Kevin is by figuring out the credit card information. He knows the credit card information. The mom is judged because how does Kevin know the credit card information? This is never explained ever again. Kevin, the hotel clerks realize, oh shit, he knows he's in there and he uses his dad's credit card. They go and they try to confront him. He plays the movie that has the gun sound, and that's the keep the change, you filthy animal. And then Kevin runs, and then they try and chase after him, and he just runs into the streets of New York. And he remembers his uncle has an apartment that he does renovations on in New York City, so then he goes to that one. But at a certain point, if I remember correctly, the Sticky Bandits find him again, and this is when Kevin throws bricks at the one with the curly hair and gives him like 2 different concussions, and probably would kill him in real life if he was hit by a brick from 7 stories or 10 stories. I'm not sure which one, but he's alive somehow. And then they chase after him, but Kevin booby-trapped the entire apartment. And here is where shit gets real. Joe Pesci walks up the stairs. No, is it? No. The curly-haired dude walks up the stairs. Puts his hand, tries to open the door. Nail gun in the nuts, then a nail gun in the face. Then Joe Pesci goes on the back, tries to walk up the steps, slips. Tries to grab the ladder, slips, goes in. No torch this time. And they get in. And then I think at a certain point, I'm losing it. It's gone. Hold on, I'm getting it back. Hold on, I'm finding it. Hold on. At a certain point, they get into the house. The curly-haired dude walks and falls in a hole. Bam. But then he sees a rope, and he tries to grab at it. He grabs it and tries to pull it. And all it does is it pulls a big bag of flour on him. Puff, bag of flour. He tries to wash his shit off. He walks over to the sink that's connected to a transformer. He grabs the towels. He tries to turn it on. Kevin electrocutes this motherfucker. He almost dies. He is electrocuted. You can see his skeleton. It's really sad. Rip this man. He probably had, I don't know how these fuckers are not in therapy. They probably are. Joe Pesci at a certain point tries to, I think he walks in through the window and he the curly-haired dude walks in through the window, steps on a bunch of broken ornaments, slashes his feet. Feet bleeding. Joe Pesci at a certain point, walking around, gets torched in the head somehow. Don't remember. Curly-haired dude also slips, hits a big wall of paint all over him. In his mouth, he could die. This is like the 80s. This is all lead paint. No one liked this. They go. Up the stairs. Kevin pushes a toolbox on both of them. A giant toolbox on both of them. And the curly-haired dude gets a tarantula on his face. And Joe beats the shit out of him with a crowbar. Then at a certain point, Kevin makes his way outside. Oh, earlier in the story, Kevin found his way into a church where a choir was playing and met a pigeon lady. This will be important later. Kevin runs, gets into the pigeon park, gets back into Central Park. They find him. He slips on ice, gets a concussion, almost dies. They find him. You're out with us now. Pigeon lady throws birdseed on him. And then throws a bunch of pigeons at him. And they plucked them to death. They are dead. This is canon. Just kidding. Not canon. I lied to you. Again. Stupid. And then they get caught. Kevin meets up with his family again later in the 5 minutes later. They come to New York. It's all happy and healthy. The woman, I think, delivers a bunch of gifts to them. Not sure. Kevin finds an ornament of 2 pigeons and takes one and gives it to this lady. Oh, so heartwarming. Sticky bandits are in prison forever. I don't know how many injuries they have. Kevin is still on the run. He is a homicidal maniac, and he is on the run. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below, and keep watching for more 12 Days of Axellent, and I will see all of you Axellent people in the next one. See you guys!